India versus South Africa in the final on June 29th at the Kensington Oval in Barbados. These two teams share a very rich legacy when you look at the T20 World Cup. South Africa are making it to the final for the very first time. India, on the other hand, are the 2007 champions. Now, what is the head-to-head record that India have got against South Africa when it comes to T20 World Cups? Ever since 2007, India and South Africa have clashed 6 times in the T20 World Cup. 2007, 2009, 2010, 2012, 2014, 2022, and now for the 7th time they will face each other in 2024. Out of the 6 encounters that have been there, India have won 4 of them, South Africa have won 2 of them. And I will be telling you each and every match starting from the latest encounter that happened in the T20 World Cup to the first. So I am going from ascending to descending in that sense. And I will start off with the 2022 T20 World Cup. The encounter between India and South Africa that was held at the Optus Stadium in Perth produced an absolute rip-roaring contest. South Africa's bowlers, especially Lungi Ngidi, Kagiso Rabada, all were breathing fire. And because of that, they restricted India to a low score despite Suryakumar Yadav's heroics of 65. On the other hand, India dropped to a couple of catches and David Miller held firm to ensure South Africa won by 5 wickets, and they broke a jinx that had started for nearly 13 years. It was the Indian dominance of South Africa until Perth that ensured South Africa were always behind India. But in Perth, they made it up because 8 years ago in the semi-final of the T20 World Cup, it was Virat Kohli and Ravichandran Ashwin's special. Kohli hit a fantastic 72 and Ravichandran Ashwin 3 for 22, and India chased the total down to win by 6 wickets in Dhaka. 2014 was a time when India were going through the tournament undefeated, and because of that, India reached the final. South Africa, on the other hand, they had a bit of an iffy way to the final. They had a close encounter against New Zealand. They had a close encounter with Sri Lanka, and because of that, they somehow huffed and puffed their way only to lose to a dominant India side. But you look at 2012. There was a lot at stake. That Super 6 stage that was there, which involved India, Australia, Pakistan and South Africa. South Africa had lost to Australia and Pakistan. Pakistan, on the other hand, lost heavily to India, and their playoff chances hinged on the balance. But India, they repaid the favour to Pakistan by losing very heavily to Australia. So the game between India and South Africa was kind of an important game for India. India had to restrict South Africa to under 121, but they failed. Yuvraj Singh, Suresh Raina were the stars in that, and Lakshmipati Balaji, despite conceding 2 sixes in the final over, ensured India won at Colombo by 1 run. And because of that, India got their revenge. They ended the 2012 T20 World Cup on a high, but that one loss to Australia had ensured they had crashed out. The 2010 T20 World Cup encounter that happened at St. Lucia was testament to one individual, Suresh Raina. Suresh Raina hit 100 and he became the first Indian at that time to score a century in all 3 formats. His 100 ensured India managed to get to 186 and South Africa fell short by 14 runs. And because of that, India started the group stage well with wins over Afghanistan and South Africa, but in the Super 6 stage, they absolutely fell down. 2009, it was the A.B. de Villiers special because A.B. de Villiers put on a show with 63 and combined with 3 for 16 from Johan Botha ensured South Africa had won by 12 runs in the Super 6 encounter in Nottingham. Trent Bridge, if you look at, India had already lost to the West Indies, and that loss to South Africa meant that they could no longer be in contention for the final. After they lost to England by 3 runs, it was sealed. India did not win a Super 6 encounter until 2012. That was how bad India's fortunes were. So South Africa in 2009 had managed to get the better of India. But the most memorable one, if you have to look at it, was 2007. You thought 2012 there was lots at stake for India. In 2007, South Africa had plenty at stake. Now, Rohit Sharma batted for the very first time in international cricket in this match at Durban. His 50 of 30 balls gave India 150. South Africa just had to go past 126. Guess what? They didn't even get past 126. They were bundled out for 116 with RP Singh taking 4 wickets. And because of that, South Africa, the only loss that happened against India, and they were dumped out of the 2007 T20 World Cup. That was how fine the margins were. And because of this, India hold the edge heading into the final against South Africa. It's 4-2, but South Africa won their previous encounter at Optus. Now in the final, South Africa are playing for the very first time in a men's senior ICC event after 26 years. Will they break the jinx, or will India end 11 years of ICC pain? Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis. Bye-bye.